I'm doing a fist here. It is the bomb. Oh my god, I got so much on my chin right now. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. As you can see, I am extremely pale right now, and that is why we are going to be doing why do I keep clicking? A tanning video. So really sorry if like the lighting's real bad or like my sound is really echoey, but I'm just going to share with you my like tips and tricks and just kind of show you how I would tan. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. By the way, just ignore the shirt. This is what I sleep in after I tan. This video is not sponsored because I'm not popular enough to be sponsored. Basically, all the products I use is what I genuinely like to use, what I've been using for quite a while, and what like works for me. So yeah. Okay, so before I start, the first thing I do is prep for my tan. So I like to wait about 36 hours between shaving, exfoliating, and then tanning. So the morning before the day that I'm going to tan, I will have a shower, I'll shave and exfoliate. So what I use is the Bondi Sands like exfoliating mitt, and I usually use this Frank and body scrub. I don't know about anyone else, but my tan sticks to me like freaking crazy, and I do suggest I do suggest going out to buy like a tan remover. I'm on the hunt. I think I'm just going to use like a Bondi Sands tan eraser. So yes, that is prepping for the tan. And then so I like to have a shower before I tan, just to like wash off all the oils and stuff that are on my body. But then I will wait about an hour or more before I actually tan. That's just to like close up all the pores and stuff. So I feel like that's very important so you don't get the little black dots and stuff. So I am currently at that point in time where I am ready to tan. So I've had my shower, I've waited about an hour and a half, and what I'm going to do next is I am going to moisturize all of the dry parts of my body. So that's the wrists, the elbows, feet, and my underarms. And I'll go in with my Bondi Sands body moisturizer. I do like this moisturizer for before applying my tan. So yeah, I will do that now, and then we go in with the tan. Now you can all see just how absolutely pale I am. I am a ghost, literal ghost. So I have the moisturizer. That doesn't look very good. I'm going to moisturize my elbows. It's just so that obviously the tan, I'm sure you've all heard this before, but just so that the tan doesn't stick to these places as much, because it's like a huge problem area. But yeah, I'm going to go into my knees and my ankles and my feet, and then we are done and ready to tan. Okay, I am moisturized and ready to go. So I know some people have like different techniques, but what I like to do when I tan is I like to start from my feet up. So I like to do my legs first, just because I feel like once I've done like my belly or something, when I'm bending over to like do my legs, it like creases the tan and like your belly and stuff. So I just like to work from the bottom up. So what I'll do is I'll start on my legs, and then I will just show you guys how I apply it on my chest area so you guys can see what it looks like, how I do it, all that jazz. But for those of you wanting to know what I use, Bondi Sands Aero in Ultra Dark is the... I'm doing a fist here. It is the bomb. I love it, absolutely love it. It's so dark and it is so quick drying. Like there is nothing worse than the tan that you're sitting in for so long, and it just gets so sticky and sticky and sticky and sticky. This dries very, very quickly. It's even to the point where I'll be lying in bed and like my partner will be all like, oh my god, you're not sticky, I can cuddle you. And I'm like, yes you can. Thank God. I know that I am very pale, but it works good for me. I love it. So yeah, I will start tanning. Okay, so now doesn't that look like shit? So I have tanned my legs and my stomach, and now I'm going to move on to here. So I do like one big And then I just go in with it. Oh, it's actually really hard to do it on the camera. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh, it's actually really hard to do it on camera, but I basically just rub it in as much as you can. Whoa, whoa. I've never known it to be this bad. Okay, well, that doesn't look as bad. And then basically what I'll do is once I've like sufficiently rubbed enough on, I just like to pat it down like this, just so that the streaks go away. Oh my god, I got so much on my chin right now. This is so hard. I'm not doing it with a mirror, like I'm just, oh my goodness. If I get any tan in like places I don't want, like my face, I will just like rub it off with a towel or something because it comes easily. So basically that's what I do. When it comes to my back, I usually just get my partner to do it, to be honest, so I don't really have a method to doing that. I'm gonna have to do it on my own tonight. And when it comes to like my elbows and my knees, what I like to do is I like to use the like the last bit that's on the mitt and just kind of go over like this. And then I just always make sure I pat it, because this really like helps with making sure that there's no streaks and stuff. So yeah, that is basically all I do. So I will just go and apply the rest off camera and I will be back. Okay, I have finished applying my tan. I look like, well, an absolute ogre. So this tan does tend to look extremely green-ish. In the mirror, not so much. Like, I don't think you can tell, but it doesn't like look this green. A few extra tips is that when you apply the tan on your hands, I like to use the excess tan. So after I finish tanning everything, whatever's left on the mitt, I'll go on my hands. And my best tip for blending it out would probably just grab a makeup brush and like buff it into your hands and your wrists and like your fingers and stuff. I also only apply one layer because I'm just lazy. I don't want to have to do 2 layers, and I feel like it's not as dry and it can be like quite sticky. So it's not as dark as it would be if I did apply 2 layers, but I have a secret that I have not heard anyone else say. I could just be living under a rock, but I am sick of showering off in the morning and having all my tan run off after looking like a beautiful bronze piece of meat. So I slept in it and then went about my day in my tan without washing it off. Now let me tell you, I did this the first time and I felt so much darker after I washed it off. It was like I let so much time for my tan to actually sink in that it just like, it was great. Not as much colour came off. Some colour did come off obviously, but I felt so much darker than what I had previous times I tanned. So then I did it the next week, because I do tan like once a week, and I left it on until about like 8 PM the next day, and I did notice that my underarms got quite like, it went a bit like green, and I was like, oh gosh, so I washed it off and they still had a slight green tinge to them, but after like the second wash it was fine. So I do think that if you leave it on for too long it can turn a bit green in certain spots, but that is like one of my favourite things I've done so far. I just leave it on all bloody day and that gives me a darker tan. In terms of prolonging your tan, I do not moisturise the day after I've showered it off. Just I want to let the tan do its thing and develop before I start moisturising. After that I will moisturise every day just to maintain it. And for my face, because I don't use tan on my face, I actually use this Eco Tan Face Tan water. What this is it's just like a natural water that gives your face like a kind of gradual tan. So basically I will use this the day before I know that I'm going to tan. I would have applied it yesterday morning after my shower. I just use like one of those makeup pads and I put a few drops on there, rub it all over my face. I use it every morning and night, and I use it for a few days after until I reach like a nice kind of like a natural looking tan, so it's not as much of a like contrast between my face and my neck and stuff. Sometimes I won't bother and I'll have a pale face, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I think that is it. So basically my plan is to go to bed, marinate in this, then wake up and do whatever I have to do throughout the day, and I will come see you guys tomorrow night when I wash this off, and you will see how it looks. I will see you guys tomorrow. Fuck's sake, I literally recorded like a whole segment and this stupid box was in the way, so time to redo it. What I basically said is that it is the next day and I've just showered off my tan. Now when I shower, I always use like lukewarm water because hot water will open your pores up and a lot more tan will come out. By the way, I thought I would come out to the lounge room because you can actually see a bit better. I know it doesn't look like I'm really tan, but I am really tan. The lighting does not do it justice. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like. And like I said, I don't tend to moisturize the day after. I do like to let my tan develop more. But yeah, that is how I tan, guys. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I'm sorry it was a bit all over the place and just not the best quality, but also don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.